Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you a brief update. This is the nail head engine for Betty, the 1954 Buick. In our previous video we shared with you where we had pulled the engine, a lot of gaskets and seals were leaking. So since then we've continued to disassemble to basically the bare block. So now we've degreased and cleaned and polished everything. And then we've masked, you can see this green here, the lighter green, we've masked the areas that we don't want to get paint in, and then we've applied the proper Buick correct color for the nail head engine. And I think if the camera person can come around this side, we'll kind of trade spots here. It's very important that we clean these properly, especially the detail that our client is expecting on Betty. It's basically a show quality vehicle, but the engine and the engine bay area was kind of neglected when it was restored years ago. So basically we had to make sure that we cleaned everything properly. Now this is the back section of the engine, and the transmission will bolt to this. But what I'd like to point out with the camera, and I think you can clearly mark it out or make it out, is we have the casting number, the raised casting number on the back of the block. We can see the GM logo, and then we have date codes even. So you can see here, I think the camera can pick it up, we've got, I believe that's a 8, and then there's a rivet, and then it's 21. So we know it's the 8th month, 20th day. That it was built, and this is in 1954. So with the casting numbers and all of our sequence numbers clearly visible, it's kind of a pain to clean this up properly because there's so much buildup of grease over the years and a lot of residue. So after we get it down to the bare cast, we have special cleaners that we use and neutralizers that we treat the steel before we apply the correct engine paint. So it's coming along quite nicely. And then if we move from the engine block over to a couple of the accessories, I think the camera could pick it up here. So what we've done is we have just an example of the different sections that we're doing all individually. So we have our oil pan. So the oil pan and both valve covers we sandblasted to bare metal. We made sure we degreased everything and special solutions once again to neutralize the steel. And then once we've done that, we've got about 5 coats of this special engine paint that once again is the correct color. And then you can see with the valve covers, the camera can probably pick it up, there's actually an embossed or raised section, almost like a crest kind of idea in both valve covers. So those are embossed sections, and we have a supplier, believe it or not, who remanufactures the original decal that this engine had in 1954 for the Buick nail head. So those decals are coming, we've ordered them, and they will fit perfectly in that raised section of the valve covers. So this is just a brief update. We have all of the gaskets and seals in stock. We've ordered a new timing chain. So we're going to continue to degrease and clean all of the individual components for the engine, and we'll share with you as we do more components and have them ready and painted, because we have the intake, the water pump housing and timing cover. So there's several parts and components that we'll do just like this all separately, and then once everything is cured properly and all the parts arrive, then we'll do the full reassembly on the engine. And the nice thing is with the detail, all of the, for example, the valve covers, when they're attached or bolted to the head, you'll see the brand new gaskets between all of the painted pieces. So just a quick update, this is the 54 Buick for Betty, the engine components. I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.